Everybody, it's Mary back with another video for you about Gypsy Rose Blanchard. Go ahead, sue me for saying your name, Gypsy. So let me state now that everything I say in this reading, this channeling, this video is for entertainment and speculative purposes only. Everything I say is alleged and not entertainment, educational purposes as well. Maybe we'll learn something. Maybe you'll learn something, Gypsy. Okay, I'm not going to be snarky right now. Actually, this is just a little teaser of what's coming. DeeDee has been super quiet for the past week. I'm getting the message, actually, that she's flitting here and there all over the place. She's really excited that her name is finally being cleared. I'm hearing the word vindicated. She's vindicated. And so a couple of days, I've been trying to be in touch with DeeDee for about the past week, maybe a little longer. One of my recent readings, she dropped in. I know I spoke with Stephanie, Nicholas's mom, who tragically unalived herself when she couldn't handle the sentence he got from the court. But also Stephanie is completely unavailable right now. She is actually, I can feel her energy around me. She's getting stronger. She's not a kitten anymore. She's kind of more like a cat. But she's comforting. I can see her right now. She's like hugging Nicholas. She's keeping him really close energetically. She's there with him. But DeeDee, she's like, she was only happy to talk. In fact, for the first time ever, I really heard her accent and had a conversation with her earlier this evening. But I didn't have my cards in my hands or my recorder to record the conversation. Basically, I promised her that I would read her using cards and video and my energy, but that I made it clear to her that I'm not going to paint her as an angel, because God knows she Gypsy put her through hell, but she was passing bad checks, and let's just put it this way, no one's perfect, okay? So people are already deifying DeeDee like she's some sort of saint or something. And yeah, she might have the patience of a saint and the work ethic of St. Jude or something with a daughter like Gypsy, but she made mistakes too. She wasn't always honest. She was human. So that's something I think that we should all keep in mind, because things get really out of hand on social media. And who knows what people are thinking? Just go to TikTok. It's a morass of just I don't know, it's like a quagmire of swampy thoughts that, some of them are good that rise to the surface, but most of them are just I don't know, look at me. And I only use TikTok because, to promote my readings here on YT. So anyway, so let's get down to this reading, because this is really interesting. While I was getting this deck ready for DeeDee, this is what came up. So see, I didn't shuffle it yet because I wanted to keep these cards exactly as they came up, because this is really interesting. So is DeeDee here right now? I just heard she says, yeah, I'm here. She has her voice is exactly the way it sounds on the videos, and I've never heard her that way. Usually it's a neutral voice, but no, she's here. She's smiling. She's actually looking over my shoulder. She wants to see what I'm going to say. Because I did tell her I'm not going to paint you as the perfect angel, but did she deserve to be unalived? Absolutely not. At the hands of her daughter? No. Or maybe, I don't know. I'm not God. I don't know what God's plan is, but still, you would think that that's just a horrible thing to have happen to you, to have your child unalive you. But anyway, so let's see. And I'm starting to really think that let me not let her sue me for using her name, but actually she's not even worth my time to write out her name fully, because we're gonna hashtag cancel Gypsy Rose Blanchard. So, and hashtag True Train, you know, so let's do this. But yeah, I'm starting to believe that she is the one who unalived her grandmother Emma. And that is why she took her name on Facebook. Serial killers and psychopaths like to take trophies. And I asked DeeDee, and she was kind of confused. Like, she doesn't want to admit that this is what her daughter could do. But it's my, and this is not a channeling, it's just my, like, you know, intellect, my ego brain thinking and saying a dog that bites is a dog that bites. And Emma might have just been the lead up to DeeDee. So, and then Laura, DeeDee's father's second wife after Emma passed away, she also was bedridden and sick for 9 months. How odd that Gypsy is there with DeeDee. How strange is that? How uncoincidental. You know, really, truly, like, how does that happen? So, you know, and as soon as they leave to move somewhere else, or they had the car accident, I forget which one prompted them to leave, but they left, and all of a sudden, Laura recovers. Okay, make that make sense. I can't get that. FOIA documents are like really very specific to, you know, very specific incidences, and since this involves illness and death, you know, it's difficult to get them. And also, you know, Emma's been gone for quite some time, and I think by now, yeah, Laura has also passed away. I'm not sure if Claude is still with us on the earth plane, but I don't know if I want to believe the things he says. I'd much rather just channel spirits rather than tap into someone's energy. So let's do a little reading here now. It's just a mini reading because this is what came up, and I really want to do an in-depth, you know, like pull out all the stops, all the decks, pull them out and see like all the different ways that DeeDee can speak to us and get her message across, you know. So yeah, she's just standing behind me. She's so happy. She's got a big smile on her face and just keeps nodding her head like she's like a child. She's like a kid about to enter, like, you know, Willy Wonka's chocolate factory or something, you know, or something. So this is what came up, right? Now this deck, it's the Moonjube deck, right? Has this card in it. What does this mean? Clean slate. DeeDee's getting a clean slate. Okay, I was like, wow, like I've never gotten this card, and I use this deck a lot because I do talk to DeeDee quite often. And yeah, so clean slate, new start. Okay, we have the Two of Wands that were here. Okay, so yeah, DeeDee at this point, she's you know, I hear she's moving on, that she's not going to be so attached to the earth plane soon. I'm getting number 2, like in 2 years, you know, she'll have moved on to wherever she is supposed to go next. She's hung on to this earth plane because she wanted her name vindicated. She wanted the truth to come out. And I know I've said in previous readings that she kind of like wants Gypsy to be with Aurora, and she wants to kind of like inhabit Gypsy's body and take care of Aurora. No, I spoke with DeeDee, and that's incorrect. DeeDee wants to, I can't say anything about baby Aurora right now, whom I do not believe is of Gypsy's body or Ken's body. I believe that is a hired, you know, like actor, actress, most likely Gypsy's cousin's baby, because then there's a family resemblance with that person, her cousin's getting paid for this, and they use a doll with AI. And they look at my other videos, okay? You can see when I mention it, the pictures of baby Aurora, the unnatural positions, you know. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Mothers out there, and aunts and cousins, and even uncles and dads. You know, you see how babies sit and move, and that child does not move all the time. Like is in unnatural positions. But anyway, back to DeeDee. So yeah, so she's has a clean slate, and now she can really think about where she wants to go, what she wants to do. You know, she has passion. What she wanted to do before with Gypsy is not see her with any men. Yeah, because she knows that, like, you get involved with Gypsy, you're a man, your life's about to, like, be destroyed. And why did she want to take possession of her body and, like, her hands? Because I would always see that DeeDee wanted to, like, go into Gypsy and, like, be her hands. And right, because Gypsy uses her hands to hurt people, she uses her body to hurt people, and that's how much DeeDee still wants to stop her. That's what I was getting. But now DeeDee is thinking about moving on. She has the power, she has the ability to move on, and I can't say if it's the earth plane or not. You know, she's going to come back to the earth plane, you know, reborn, or move on somewhere else in the universe, the multiverse. You know, there's many universes. I don't know. We'll find out with reading. Okay, so the next we have is the Five of Swords, and it's perfect because it's like, yeah, at all costs she's winning. She's a blank slate. She's gaining her power. You know, like her name being cleared is her power. You know, being seen as not guilty. Fancy Maselli was on Sullen Beauty's channel yesterday, her live, which was awesome. Shout out to Fancy, shout out to Sullen Beauty. And Fancy was saying that you know, that they have not a pitch script, but the thing right before that, it's kind of like a pitch to studios to see, so that they can tell the true story about what happened with Gypsy and DeeDee. So I absolutely see that happening, that coming out. But you see, these aren't even, I don't think these are roses anymore. They're tulips. Or maybe they are. Are they roses? Yeah, but they're tied to the earth, and DeeDee's not. Okay, DeeDee's tied to the sun. DeeDee's looking at the world like from a global perspective, okay? She can't, ain't no mountain high enough, ain't no valley low enough, ain't no river, I don't know why, to keep me from getting to you. Yeah, she's in the sun now. I can't sing, I don't care. But that's just what came to me now. So, like, yeah, this is like a grand design, like, you know, win at all costs is, you know, the thing. But yeah, she's winning. She's absolutely winning. And the most, like, I love these characters too. You know, they're like kind of mismatched and everything, and this one's kind of like a Russian Cossack and stuff, but it doesn't matter. All over the world, Gypsy, I mean, excuse me, well, yeah, Gypsy's name, you know, attached to DeeDee, it's going far and wide, and in a beautiful progression of, you know, like winning at all costs and being like not successful in that sense. It's like sometimes it's war, but, you know, the feeling I'm getting is that this is like DeeDee and this is gonna be Gypsy and Ken's, like, you know, symbolically or maybe literally, because, you know, Ken is gay, but you know, allegedly, you know, he's I don't know, happy, gay. He's so gay and happy. And yeah, so we've got, you know, and besides, I just heard Gypsy's gonna pay, so this is gonna be Gypsy sometime soon. And, you know, this, I know if the roles are reversed, but hey, Gypsy does call the shots in that thing. And like DeeDee's like, okay, my work here is done. I'm moving on, right? So then what we had next is the Three of Wands. Yeah, she's definitely moving on. Yeah, she's talking with that like Louisiana accent. I can barely understand her. Hold on. She said, I have plans. Can you keep saying, I'm gonna, and then it kind of gets blurred out, and she's gonna do things. And she's moving on. Got sailboat here. You know, she's gonna travel the astral plane, you know, or this world for a little while before she goes on to whatever her next soul mission is. But yeah, she's waited a long time for this, and that's it. This ship has not sailed, as I usually say. Also, she's an old soul. I know these aren't the pyramids, but yeah, I'm getting Lemurian vibes. If any starseeds are out there, ancient Earth, I'm getting them. And look at that building too. Yeah, she's a really old soul, DeeDee. But so is Gypsy. Although Gypsy, I'm getting a horrible image in my head that she's like an angel of Satan. She's a dark angel. She's oh, this is so nasty. she's got like these thick, leathery, like black and grayish green wings, and she's like, well, I kind of had to energetically fight her off earlier, and that's what she came up as, like this evil dragony type creature, Gypsy. She tries to attack me quite often, but it's my fault because I called her out in the Akashic realm the night of, even though she was so involved in the ritual that was going on. I was so upset and so disturbed and angry that I kept calling her out, like, come on, I'll fight her. I would, but I'm Christ consciousness, and you know, Jesus did say, if you live by this sword, you'll die by the sword. So I'm not 100% on, like, if I can literally fight Gypsy on the astral plane. But there was some dark entity, some dark presence that it was like a dark, not like a pretty angel. It would look like, I'm seeing it now again, it has like a lizard face, a reptilian face. It's got like these leathery wings. I just called in St. Michael and St. Raphael, and DeeDee was here. We were chatting, and yeah, so like, you know, me, St. Michael, and Raphael kind of took care of that thing. And it's an aspect of Gypsy, you know, and the evil energy, the dark energy that's around her. So DeeDee's moving into close. So this is beautiful. The Six of Swords, definitely confirmation. She's moving into smoother waters, absolutely. So she sees the ship going by. She's like, hold on, I'm getting in that ship. Same sail, see? And look at this with the baby. You know, it's like. Baby Aurora is a higher baby. And now Gypsy is like, oh, I love my mom, or whatever. And, you know, like, what is it? Healing is linear. Not necessarily. You're just trying to sound intelligent and confuse people. What do you mean healing is linear? No, it's not. It can be if you have medical appointments to see therapists and stuff, but you never know what something is going to trigger you. And if you have the tools, or if I have the tools, you know, to cope with whatever may be triggering me, or, you know, like, as I've outed myself that I'm in AA for 28 years this May, and I think this May for sure. I sometimes forget if it's 97 or 98 when I came in, but it's all good. I'm here today. But, you know, she just, like, her podcast about God and God's will and all that. It literally sounds like Gypsy did herself drop into AA for a while, and, you know, I hope AA doesn't get mad at me. I'm not promoting AA at all. That I cannot do. I can only tell you my experience. And, you know, she's using a lot of the put it in God's hands, and, you know, that's like the third step. You know, what is the third step again? How we turn our life and our will over to the care of God as we understand God. And later on we pray to do God's will, not be selfish and egotistical and do our own. And that's the opposite of what Gypsy is. She's a fake Christian. But DeeDee herself, it's like she's getting out of there. You know, she's getting out of all this dark, negative energy she's been kind of like held back by, because she's been given like a whole new slate. It's coming. Like, it's not fully there yet, you know, but the whole world will know about it, and then that will happen for her, for DeeDee. And yeah, it's been, you know, it took a lot of pain, suffering, misery. You know, I'm hearing that they hurt me physically and spiritually. I'm hearing, yeah, they hurt her on the astral plane too. Yeah. What else, DeeDee, did you want to? She's just saying they hurt me. They really hurt me. And, yeah, we know it's really sad. And, yeah, so she waited a long time, and she's an old soul. So I believe she's, you know, been in, Gypsy is some sort of soulmate of DeeDee's as well. I'm getting at one point she was DeeDee's mother. Huh, who knows? But this goes back really far. You know, like I said, I'm getting Lemurian type vibes, or southern Spain. I don't know, like a long time ago. And yeah, I'm getting like southern Spain and Morocco. Okay, anyway, that's DeeDee. One of her lives. I believe I've said in one of another readings I've done what other past lives she's had. So she's absolutely sailing into smoother waters. However, she's the one making the choices. She's the one calling the shots now. She's not at the mercy of like some, you know, random boat person who's going to steer the boat across the river. No, this is the beginning of the journey. I just heard, let the healing begin. Yeah. And it's not for Gypsy, it's for DeeDee. And that was where it stopped before I said, okay, stop. And I don't know how this got in my hand. Honestly, I don't. I guess when I put this down, this was still in my hand, the Three of Cups. So yeah, this is a joyous celebration. Absolutely. And, you know, I think Gypsy's favorite was Ariel at one point. But, you know, instead of any negativity being attached to this, I'm feeling like DeeDee is saying she has overcome. She has overcome Gypsy and her, I hate to say, evilness. And she just said, I regret ever having that child. Oh my goodness. And she just said, she unalived me. I can't say the other K-I word, K-I-L-L. I can't say that. But yeah. Yeah, she's really hurt. Like betrayed. She's saying she was a Judas to me. But see, unlike Judas or somebody to betray Judas, no one had to betray DeeDee, not really. But anyway, so there's joyous celebrations going on, and indeed there are, you know, like all over YouTube, TikTok, Insta, all that, you know, like everyone is really happy, you know, especially those who didn't know, and now we're knowing the truth, you know. And so like I've been following Gypsy since 2015. I never believed that Nicholas did it. I just didn't. I mean, I watched the act before I saw anything else. That was my first introduction to Gypsy, and I kind of believed that, but things just weren't making sense. Something didn't sit right with me, and so I just didn't. I started to not believe the act, and on top of that, we got Gypsy on Facebook. And I don't remember what group I was part of, but as I've mentioned in other videos too, she wrote to me and some other people on Facebook and asked us to write to the parole board to get her out early. And I considered that for about, I don't know, like 1 second, and said no, because I thought about where Nicholas is. Let's all take a moment right now to think about where Nicholas is right now. But I'm having a vision. I've said this in other videos too. I believe he's standing outside prison gates, and like that big gate's going, you know, and like he's on the other side. He's on the freedom side, and he's older. He's about at least 10 years older than he is now. He's a little more heavyset, and he's holding like a bag or a backpack of some sort, like really basic quality, and it has his documentation in it that's clearing him so that he can go live his life. And he's wearing like just like some average clothing. And at the bottom of the deck, before I split it to shuffle, is the Eight of Pentacles, which is also DeeDee. You know, she's done a lot of work. Yeah, blank slate. She's done the work. Five of Swords. She's done the, and this isn't work. It's like she fought. She fought to get the truth out there. You know, relentlessly. You know, and also you see she used like the books that came out, the documentaries, screenplays, all that stuff, you know, like that's the realm where she's saying like, look at that, it's like pay attention, it's not, you know, real, look at the house, it's not like as light pink as her house was with Gypsy, but hey, that's the pink house. And you know, like, let's not talk about the shed right now. Let's just like celebrate DeeDee's victory here. And what's the heart of the matter is Two of Pentacles. Yeah, DeeDee's like, cool, she can handle any storm, you know, and she's balanced, she's in balance and harmony. And look, she's wearing a party hat, she's so happy, she's going, yeah, I am. And like, you know, she's not really saying much. She's, for one, she's being like super quiet, like not quiet, like I can really feel her energy, because I hardly ever riffle these decks, but I like to get the energy moving. But yeah, so she's just super happy. Let's see, what else does DeeDee want to tell us right here, right now? The Ace of Pentacles, nice. Now she can't use money. I just got a message, like her new, wherever life she's going into next, it's going to be prosperous and abundant, and she's going to have a lot of beauty in her next life. She paid her dues, I just heard. and she will get them back like threefold. Yeah, that's what I just heard. She paid her dues, and she's going to be like very, very happy in her next life. I know that that person doesn't look too happy, but like I just get a childlike vibe from this. Like she's gonna be reborn, and yeah, like, you know, like a little lamb. And this time she's amongst the roses, and these are good roses. Again, I mentioned Lemuria before. We got the crystals going on here. Lemurians encoded crystals with information. So, you know, this is like a confirmation, you know. Look, there's the water here. Like, yeah, like DeeDee reached the end of her journey. Her journey here. And this is where she ended up, in the land of the Ace of Pentacles and pink crystals. I'm getting Archangel Chamuel vibes right now. It's just like a really beautiful love, pure love. I'm hearing Aurora. So it's like baby Aurora is not, like I said, of Gypsy and Ken's body, but and she is an AI doll that they use, or they use AI with a real born doll. But what I'm getting is that what am I trying to say here? I'm so happy for DeeDee right now, and the crystals, and these roses are pink and pure, and not like when I think of Gypsy rose, I always see a red rose, and actually I don't even like red roses. I like white ones. I like cream colored ones, yellow ones. But anyway, you'll need to remember that little detail. What was I saying about Aurora? Oh, Aurora. So Aurora spirit, okay, is... I'm gonna do a reading on Aurora. Believe me, I got her deck right here at hand. And Aurora's spirit, okay, so I believe Gypsy had a miscarriage. I saw that happen. I didn't know how. And then Karma Collector mentioned someone on the set of Life After Lockup, you know, let that slip. And also even Gypsy did. She's like, at the hospital on baby business. So you know, that's sad, but you know, I believe that they just replaced, they got a new baby for Gypsy, because nothing says ratings like a pregnancy journey and a mommy journey, especially when you're the what is it, empowered victim of you know, an evil mother who you know, whoa, that just flipped when I said evil mother. I'm the victim, I'm the empowered victim of an evil mother, just like, I don't know, who had a real mother who put a curse on her? Not Snow White, Sleeping Beauty. A curse was put on her. Yeah. Because I had to. She had to unalive her. God, she gives us, like, clear, like, Susan Atkins vibes. It's crazy. I wanted to kill the baby. I wanted. She unalived Sharon Tate in the Tate LaBianca murder. She's one of Charles Manson's like most lunatic followers in the family, and she died of breast cancer. But she begged to get 5 minutes outside the prison when she was dying, just 5 minutes in the fresh air and sunshine. And they said the same thing she said to Sharon Tate before she killed her, while Sharon Tate was pleading for herself and the life of her unborn child that was 8 months in the womb. And Sadie says, "B-I-H, you know, I have no sympathy for you." And we're like, yeah, we have no sympathy for you, Susan. Sexy Sadie, what have you done? You made a fool of everyone. So, yeah, when I said that, we have the Three of Swords. So, yeah, this is a hardcore. Yeah, Gypsy did it. The unaliving, Gypsy did it. I also said this before, that when I was there on the Akashic Realm and I put myself astrally in that room that night, look at that, the water looks like blood. And this guy looks like some sort of like distorted like pig's face. And I said the smell was awful. And I mean, it's a heart, but this is somehow reminding me of like a pig for some reason, even though it's like its snout is a little longer. But I could smell. They used a pig's heart symbolically. They couldn't do that. Ooh, DeeDee doesn't like me talking about this, but they couldn't really, like, you know, mutilate, I don't know if I can say that, her body, and it was an initiation ritual, so it was mostly about, you know, Gypsy, but they did, David Blanchard, Kim Blanchard, Ace Bannister, Dan Glybell, they did, but mostly David Blanchard and Kim, they sacrificed animals. And so symbolically they did use a pig's heart. But overall, yeah, Gypsy, she murdered her mother, and what's that, DeeDee? Not DeeDee's just being quiet, but she's like, she's nodding her head like she did. You know, like DeeDee's just so happy. She doesn't even want to talk. You know, she's just gonna talk through the cards. So I don't know how much more I'm gonna do. We're at a half hour, okay? Like I'm just doing DeeDee. She's here. She's just, like I said, she's not talking very much, so it's like I don't want to push it. Whoa, she's on my neck, and she's on my shoulders, the back of my neck. Six of Pentacles, yeah. She recognizes that there's going to be a lot of give and take going on right now. Like, a lot of people aren't going to believe what happens. They're, like, at a loss for, like, oh my goodness, what? You know, and again, but she's stepping into her prosperity, you know, because Gypsy unalived her, allegedly. So it's not alleged. She took a plea deal for saying that she had her mother killed, unalived. So yeah, we have some giving and taking, and even though we have roses here, again, I'm gonna keep saying these are like pink roses. For some reason, just getting like this vibrancy, this healthiness. This, no, she's done. You know, it's done. It's over. Even though Gypsy may keep looking, you know, for like a way out. You know, like this is DeeDee now. DeeDee's the one who has the power now. These are the people around Gypsy, lost, confused. This is Gypsy looking up, being like, you know, Mama, and yeah, you know, Mama's not looking at her. Mama's looking straight ahead. DeeDee's looking straight ahead. Look at that satisfied, peaceful look on her face. Look at that, she's holding her prosperity and her fortune and her stability, and everything is balanced and right now to her heart. Look at that. Yeah, and justice has been served. Absolutely, this is just. I just heard divine justice. Which usually doesn't go with this card. It goes usually with the justice card or the emperor. Oh, I'm having ringing in my ears. Hold on. Okay, I'll go to the end of the table. There was a shadow card here that I thought was interesting too, because nothing happens by accident. So, okay, DeeDee, what was this ringing in my ears that you just wanted me to hear? Okay, it's these two. Let's do this one first. The Page of Swords. Yeah, she's on a new journey and yeah, it's the beginning of this journey for DeeDee. Like, there's no roses around here. There's a lot of lavender, though. A lot of lavender colored flowers, which is good. This is more of a sense of calm and peace and in the quest for the truth. So, yeah. So what's going on so far? We'll add one and with the last card. The Knight of Pentacles. Yeah, this is good. There's a lot of pentacles showing up here. I like this. And swords. So a lot of truth and honesty. And I mean, we have wands as well. It's passion. But that passion, DeeDee's former passion that she had, I mean, she really nagged at me a lot. You know, and since I just be like, DeeDee, could you please not? Could you please be quiet? You know, like, she just wouldn't stop. Look at this person, like, claiming their power. Their, you know, their path. I said this earlier, this is a journey. Page of Swords. This is a journey for truth and honesty and clarity to come out. It's just starting now. Look at all these angels that are around DeeDee, by the way. All those birds. And also a lot of chit-chat and talk all over the internet. The World Wide Web. Actually, it's worldwide. And this is DeeDee's spirit now as well. You know, she's not in a big rush. Look at her head's all lit up with this golden yellow color. She's in her power. Her solar plexus chakra is all, you know, powerful. Oh, earlier, I got a real big, like, thing, 333 on the clock, or sorry, 3404, yeah, 3404. Yeah, so this is DeeDee now. She's absolutely on her way. She's gone from a page to being a knight. She's gone from an ace to being a page to being a knight. There's a lot of progress here, a lot, and she's in the light, you know, and look, her hair is all unbound and like, you know, all over the place, like it's nicely, she's got it together. Look at that, you know, posture, that composure. DeeDee's got it going on. You know, she's come out of the valley, she's been over the mountains, and she's just walking one step at a time ahead into the light. Who knows what's down this path? We'll have to come back and see. But I can't read the shadow card now because I've shuffled several times, so it's only good for the first shuffle if I stop. So I did. So that's what just, excuse me, DeeDee's up to right now. I left this here because I was using this deck earlier and I was gonna put it away, and then I saw this and I was like, aha, who's hiding in the, oh, all the way over here in the shadows? Gypsy. She always comes up as either the High Priestess, the Empress, or what was the other one that she, oh, or the Queen of Wands. So I thought that was interesting. So Gypsy's like pulling out all her little magic tricks and her divine feminine power that she thinks she has. With her voice on her podcast now, she sounds like Meghan Markle. It's really kind of spooky and eerie, like how they can sound so similar. And Meghan's going to talk about being with, you know, other women in spirit and what they go through and stuff. And Gypsy's going to talk about, you know, her trauma healing and how it's linear. She doesn't know how to say linear, you know, like she's kind of had trouble like pronouncing it. And like, who wrote that script for her? Because, you know, definitely she didn't write that, you know. She has the ideas that she has the story she wants to give us all, but, you know, she can't. Who the heck is this woman, you know? And yeah, I don't like to give the High Priestess a bad name, but see, as I trust my inner voice and embrace the guidance of my intuition. I mean, that, you know, just replace that with like the guidance of God, and that sounds exactly what Gypsy's putting out on social media in these podcasts. Who's in her podcast? Who's she talking to? You know, like there's no one there. I've never seen a podcast of one, you know. And yeah, it's like I trust my inner voice and embrace the guidance of my intuition. And if you don't agree with me, then you don't agree with God. God has forgiven me. I made peace with my mother. My healing journey is just beginning. I'm giving up things for the new year. The new year just started. Like, what? What do you mean you're giving up? You know, it's like, it's a journey. It's the beginning, you know, woman, like, get your brain together. Like, what kind of, you know, like, I do see her drinking, not enough to be slurring on camera, but it's just like, get it together, please, please. Oh my goodness. Like, look, this stuck to my hand, so like, I had to see this. I want to keep picking them up, because if I see it, then I gotta read it, you know? But like, yeah, this is her inside, what she thinks, you know? It's like, 5 of Cups. I release past sorrow and embrace the hope and love that still surround me. If she can force those people to still stay with her, you know, if she's gonna pay for Bree's purse, what's in it? And you know, really, come on, like this is the state of Gypsy's mind. She's completely deluded, you know. She's thinking about rainbows and like, you know, usually the 5 of Cups is all about despair. This is the positive affirmations deck, so like I'm not blaming the deck, but it's just like, it just happened to be, or really just happened to be. I release past sorrow and embrace the hope and love that still surround me. Do you embrace your daughter, Gypsy? Do you even have one? Please. Don't forget, on her discharge papers from prison, she's a Wiccan, and I have nothing against Wiccans. You know, I was a Wiccan myself for a little while, not officially, but you don't have to actually like sign up officially. But I hung out with them for a few years while I lived in East Village. Like I said, I know the head witch of the Wiccans here in America, or she was about a year ago, and they're very nice people. You know, Gypsy's just using that to, I don't know, be provocative or something, or like used it in the worst ways. every religion, every spirituality has dark and light aspect. Not everybody is on the same page. Especially, like, I could think of, like, maybe, let's say, Christians, for example. Are they always acting in a Christ consciousness way? No, we're human. We don't always do that. But in Gypsy's case, she's hiding behind the fake spirituality and saying the God word a lot. And spoiler, Gypsy, not even in AA do people flip out over, the G word. And I'm not talking about your name. They do at meetings. A lot of people don't like to hear that. A lot of people don't even come to recovery in the beginning because they just see the G word and they're like, oh, no. And, that's what recovery is. It's a spiritual process. First get the toxicity out of the way, whatever that is, and then work on yourself, make amends, and then go live a spiritual life. And I put spirituality into your life, as much as you can, or at least that's where I'm at, and I'm grateful. But yeah, so this is Gypsy, really, though. Let's even cut off the positive affirmations, just, like, leave it like this. And this is how she gets her prosperity and abundance and stuff. She's looking at old scrolls. She's looking at old ancient spells. She's using the power of the moon. There's nothing wrong with it. It's just, what are her intentions? That little video she put out was a curse on her enemies. So any of us from a true train, or cancel Gypsy Rose Blanchard, I believe that's the new hashtag. We would be considered her enemies, and she just cursed anyone who doesn't recognize that that's a curse. My suggestion to anyone out there is, if you Gypsy Rose Oracle, sorry, not Gypsy Rose, it's the Gypsy Oracle deck. Oh my goodness, did she like trademark her entire name, or just Gypsy? Because how can I say Gypsy and not mean like my deck, as opposed to her? So in my own opinion, unprofessional opinion, she's a narcissistic psychopath with outward borderline personality disorder tendencies, or just antisocial, outright antisocial. But yeah, this is about DeeDee. But DeeDee's kind of gone. She's happy. She's like, she's actually kind of like saying, like, yeah, it's in my hands now. Like, let me talk for her. This is the deck for, yeah, for Gypsy. This is the Oracle deck, Gypsy deck. And I don't know if this is for DeeDee or Gypsy. I'm really getting this is now about Gypsy. She still wants these things. She still wants a treasure. I'm also getting the message that those videos were divinely sent, and that this is God's timing. Like, really, like, I'm not trying to, she's a fake Christian, she's a fake Catholic, and those videos were like a treasure, a hidden treasure in a box, and they've all come out now. And that one right there, I know it's a pearl or something to that effect, but it makes me think of like a light, like a light bulb going off like that. And this ring reminds me of like almost like an engagement ring, but check it out, like it's not all sparkly and stuff, it's empty. So like, no, Ken's not marrying Gypsy. I just heard DeeDee go, yay, because she really doesn't want Gypsy. She would, look at how that light just so perfectly goes there. She really doesn't want Gypsy with anyone, and I used to think it was because she does want to be around Gypsy. She wants to like be in her body because she wants to be able to control her in a way, but not so much now. I think she wanted that before, so she could try like make Gypsy trip up or do something that would, like out her, So no, it's the treasure of that is going to entrap Gypsy is what's coming out. It says gift. It's a gift to the rest of the world. It's a gift to DeeDee. So this information is coming out. Like, it's even like a dark space has been like lit up. It's been open, and this is what's come out of it. And it was divinely inspired. The angels helped do this. This is God's work, and we're getting this information. All these jewels, all this gold, that was hidden in a box. I wonder where those files were hidden. Dropbox, I don't know. And yeah, Gypsy thought it would be her prosperity, but it's not. It's her downfall. This is her treasure, and yeah, it's a gift for us. It's a gift for DeeDee. Most importantly, she's the real victim. Her, Nicholas, and I include Nicholas's mother as well. We can pull some tea leaves because, you know, I am tea and tarot. But, you know, I'm going on 4419. So let's see. Any last tea about DeeDee being vindicated, being cleared, her name being cleared? How's that going? How's that looking, DeeDee? You want to say anything? She's like, no, I'm fine. She is. She's like, I'm good where I am. You know, she's tired. She's, you know, even though she's, you know, really in a great space with the tarot cards, what I've said, you know, this is Gypsy right here. DeeDee, yeah, even when I do this, like, I feel the negative energy coming off of it. Let me put my onyx a little better. Yeah, I can feel the negative energy on this. Really coming this off of this, like, really hardcore. All around it. Let's see, what do I got here? I know I moved some things around, and let's put some absorbing negativity crystals over there. And I think I have another dark one. Yeah, some more absorbing negativity crystals. This is, oh yeah, this is beautiful. This is, it's black moonstone. Or tourmaline and moonstone. So yeah, intuition, but intuitively suck out the negative energy over here. And this is just not, this is a nice piece of onyx. So we're gonna suck the negativity out of that. So, DeeDee, you ready? Yes, I am. Okay, let's do it. Let's hit it. Okay, pin. Ooh, we've gotten this new job career. Yeah, DeeDee's definitely moving on. You know, and it's not her job or career. She's not on the earth plane, but her job right now is to keep informing people. I'm hearing pop a hole in that balloon. Yeah, like. This is like the golden dagger almost, and she's gonna use it to like hack away at the false narrative, the fake narrative, and that's DeeDee's new job now. She still has a little more work to do, is what I'm hearing. And we have spear, heartache over what you no longer have. So yeah, so you know, we get the apple of like, you know, or is that a heart? Sorry, that's a heart, but this goes with the Three of Swords right here, which I said before, like Gypsy really hurt her, really stabbed her in the heart, you know, and but DeeDee's okay. You know, it saddens her, but she's okay. Because we have, you know what, let's not put Gypsy's energy too close to DeeDee's death. Because it's, you know, this is DeeDee today. Look at that posture, straight back. This is DeeDee today. Look at her standing on her own 2 feet, ready to hit, the, you know, the road and, like, you know, get on with her truth-telling mission. You know, and I just came to me, Emma Petrie. Yeah, it's more than just about DeeDee. It's about, yeah, that's the work. That's the work. Heartache over what you no longer have. Yet her mother, DeeDee's feeling, oh, ow, ow, my heart chakra. Yeah, DeeDee's feeling sad about her mom being gone. This is DeeDee right here when it comes to Gypsy. Also another Susan Atkins type frequency, like vibe going on there, like Gypsy, I don't know. There is no real connection between her and Susan Atkins or Sexy Sadie because of the Manson family, because Gypsy was born while Susan Atkins was still alive, so they are not the same person. They're not reincarnated beings. I don't know if they ever had some sort of karmic past before. I could look into that at some point, but next I'm going to try to see if I can tap into Stephanie and more channelings from DeeDee. Although we've got a lot of information, you know, she's ready to start this journey. She's got everything she needs like monetarily. And where is it? The Two of, did we get the Two of Pentacles? Huh. Oh, I think that might have been the shadows. Yeah, and yeah, there are parties going on and off all over the place, you know. We're victorious for a little while, but, you know, and then like back to work, you know, back to work and stability and stuff, but she's prosperous. She's really getting a lot out of this DeeDee recently. So she's on her way, you know, she's on her way. She's very happy, she's very stable, she's on a quest for the truth, and you know, clearing her name is her prosperity. It's her gift. So she's starting with an open slate. So okay, I'm gonna stop this reading now. And on the community page, if you know whomever you want me to read next, or in your comments below, which I read all of them and get back to you, please let me know what you'd like me, who you'd like me to read. Please just maybe glance at my old videos, previous videos, so that you know I welcome all new subscribers to my channel. Yay, thank you so much. And for those who have been here since the beginning, I appreciate you so much. Thank you for, you know, giving me a job I love. Not that I get paid for this, but it's like I consider this work, you know. And yeah, I'm just so like grateful to everyone, especially shout out to Mystic Brady for asking me to read about Gypsy. Just as I'm asking now, who do you want me to read next? We don't have to leave off of Gypsy, but there's only so much of Gypsy I can take, and but there's so many people connected with that, so many angles, you know, who knows like what's gonna happen to her ultimately. I mean, I have a very good idea, but again, you can watch some of my previous videos and then also comment like more specific requests of who you want me to read, or whether it's associated with Gypsy or not, or situations, events that are going on, or will go on, or even past lives. You know, I've seen Ken, Gypsy, DeeDee, Stephanie, Nicholas, past lives. Yeah, I'm trying to get Ken, but I'm being blocked. So, okay. So yeah, so let's keep this truth train going. Let's get that hashtag cancel Gypsy Rose Blanchard. I believe that's the full title going. I want to give a shout out to, you know, Sullen Beauty's channel. Audacious Audrey, girl, you freaking rock! Rock, girl, rock! Yes! Yeah, let's see, there's, oh, what's her name? Is it Ashley Baby? She's pretty good. We got Conspiracy, pretty good. Pink Chihuahua, pretty, I was gonna say pretty, feeling good. I don't know. Like, I watch these particular channels. Karma Collector, brother, yes, you know, keep it going. You know, anybody I can't think of right now, like straight out of contacts with Barbara, and I don't really know a lot about her channel. I watch it sometimes, but the other ones I mentioned, the Good Housewives Network, of course, with Fancy Misselli, and all like, yay, into the weeds. Please go check these other channels out. Give them support. We all have the same end goal. The end game is to what? Win, and get the truth out there. Truth, clarity. All these clouds. No more cloudy skies. We want clear blue skies. We want the truth out there. And Gypsy, she's going back to jail. Hopefully, like I said, I saw in the vision many times, Nicholas does get out. But let me be clear for Gypsy. I would love it if she stopped at my channel. Anybody ever encounter Ash Blonde 6? You know, I have in the comment section, and she wouldn't comment back to me, and I invited her to my channel here. You know, I don't think she's gonna come near me because, you know, I am a solid, self-reliant. I know who I am. Eowehu ana Mary bat et Aldonai. I am Mary, daughter of the Father, that being God. And who's banging on my ceiling? Someone's trying to disturb my peace. They want me saying that. Someone's trying to affect my energy. So yeah, like Gypsy doesn't go after people like me. she goes after people, you know, men, and not to insult any women out there. It has nothing to do with your sex, but, you know, it has to do with, you know, just what you know, what you don't know, what you believe. You know, she goes for people who don't know themselves, adhering to their own self be true. Like, yeah, we all gotta be strong in and of ourselves. Dee's behind me nodding, going, and she's just tired. You know, she's just tired. She's been on this journey for a long time. Almost 10 years, over 10 years now, actually. Yeah, it's tiring. So, yeah, so my ending there is a little all over the place, but, you know, let's just hit it. Yeah, please like and subscribe. And, you know, the algorithm is hungry. It loves watch time. So share. And, yeah, if you want to contact me, you can always get in touch with me through my email, which is listed on my this channel's main page. I might put it in a community post as well, so you can find it easily. Right now, I'm not too super busy getting back to my emails. I apologize in readings. For sure, by next week, I should be okay. This week, I gotta go take care of my dad. He's sick. He has colon cancer, and he's not gonna make it. I think he has maybe about a month, 2 months tops. I hope it's the sooner the better. He's suffering. And also my brother's in the hospital, and I made a promise to my father that I will take care of my brother. I'll watch over him. I am the oldest, and he's 3 years younger than me. So I'm also the next of kin with my father. So it's like I have a lot going on. But anyway, I appreciate all the support and your patience and your comments. So, you know, really, truly, I love you all. And I'm very grateful to you. So with that said, I wish you much love, many blessings, and I will see you in the next one. Take care. Okay, bye.